Hi, I'm Kevin Eikenberry, and I'm here to help you reach your potential as a leader and a human being. Welcome to Remarkable TV. Today we're talking about vulnerability. Are you ready? Let's get started. So about 10 days ago, I'm in the yard right here at Remarkable House, and I pulled this weed. Now, when I pulled this weed, I have to tell you, I knew that it wasn't poison ivy, but since I'm very allergic to poison ivy, I was worried that this might be in the same kind of family that might cause me a problem. But I pulled it anyway. I pulled it carefully, but I pulled it. And I put it in the trash and all other stuff, and I didn't think much more about it. Until about 5 days later when I started to get some rash right here in this forearm. Guess where the weed touched? Right here in my forearm. And then I got a little here from where I laid it, probably there, and a little bit here and there, but no big deal. I've had poison ivy lots of times, no big deal. A little temporary inconvenience until I woke up this morning and I felt like the Elephant Man. I've got him on my nose. I've got him up here. I've got him everywhere on my face. And I was thinking about shooting video this morning, and I was thinking about teaching a workshop tomorrow and being a little bit vain. I was thinking like, this is not a good thing. And then my wife said, well, you really can't notice it that much. But being that my wife is a pharmacist, being that she knows me, she says, you got to go to the clinic. So off to the clinic I went this morning. And I have to say that there, the fine nurse practitioner that helped me said, well, it's really not all that noticeable either. Now, I don't know if you can notice it on my face. I hope you can't. But I can tell you that I feel like a swollen ball talking to you right now. So here's the thing. I want to talk to you about some lessons. I promised you I was going to talk to you about vulnerability, and I'm trying to show you being vulnerable right now in my less than perfect state, right? So here are the lessons. Number one, overblown self-consciousness. My wife said, you know, others aren't probably going to notice it. Marissa, on the other side of the camera, said, it's really not that bad. See, I don't know if people are just being nice or if they're being honest, but the point is, oftentimes, our self-consciousness gets in our way. We don't want to show any vulnerability. We don't want to show any weakness because we're being all self-conscious about it. Usually it's overstated. So I'm saying that for two reasons. One is being vulnerable isn't usually as big a deal as we make it out to be. And that's the most important thing, right? Next is we can win through vulnerability. Why? Well, because people want to work with people. They want to be led by people that are real. And not only that, they'd feel much better if they did notice this funky stuff on my nose and say, well, I wonder what it is. They're not wondering about it. You say, hey, it is. I'm kind of silly and I didn't pay attention. And now I'm never going to weed anything again. But here's the third point. The third point is people care, right? If they do notice, then they're going to care. And if you share a vulnerability, then people will reciprocate by showing their empathy, they will reciprocate by caring, and really at the end of the day, being vulnerable isn't so bad and really can be of great value to us. Now, what I'm not saying is making it up. I'm not saying playing the victim. I'm just saying being honest and genuine, not overplaying it, not understating it. Just saying, hey, here's what happened. Here's what I did. Here's the issue. Just wanted you all to know. Let that show through. Be willing to be human. Because fundamentally, that's who people want to follow, are people that are human, even if they do have some stuff on their nose. What people want from us are explanations, not excuses. And we can give explanations without making excuses. Let me close with today's tweet. The leaders willing to be vulnerable are those others choose to follow. Now, every week right here, there's another episode of Remarkable TV. Most of them with me with a much clearer face. But every week there's another episode here, and I hope that you'll join us again for another episode where we talk about lessons for life and lessons for leaders right here on Remarkable TV.